this is Joelle from Nevertheless She Budgeted, and today I'm going to be doing my quarterly check-in for my debt update. If you are new to this channel and you like these types of videos, debt updates, budgeting videos, I do monthly and paycheck budgets, and I do cash stuffings as well. If you like these types of videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for when I do post videos. I'm not on a set schedule, so that notification bell can really help you in getting updates when I post new content. If you're returning, thank you guys so much for coming back. I really appreciate it, and let's just get right into this video. So again, this is my quarterly check-in for my debt. As you can see, this is for January through March 2021, and my starting debt total was $26,467.71. This is from the very beginning of my journey. This is not my January beginning balance. However, I just wanted to put that up there as a reminder for myself and for you guys, if you want, of how much and how far I've come. Moving down, I'm going to show you just my categories. I have my debt, my previous balance, as in previous starting January 1st, principal and interest payments, and my current balance at the end of March. So my car loan, I started out with $13,305.29 as my previous balance. And actually, I guess that's not technically correct. At the beginning of the year, I had $18,575.55 remaining in my loan balance. However, as you'll see here soon, I did a couple of balance transfers in between this time frame of January through March. And so you'll see at the bottom exactly how much I owed on debt and just how I guess that reflects and adds up mathematically. Over the course of the last 3 months, I've paid $3,423.44 towards my principal balance and $287.61 towards my interest. My current balance at the end of March, today is the 30th of March, so at the end of March, I have $9,881.85 remaining towards my car loan. Moving on down, I have a Citibank credit card, and this is where I'm I'm going to actually reveal both of these. These are the other debts. So if you add this plus this plus this, you get $18,575.55. With that being said, these are the balance amounts that I transferred off of my car loan and onto my Citibank cards and my Amazon card. Or I'm sorry, my Apple card. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover this bottom one up just so we can focus on one at a time. But in the span of January through March, I've paid $546.80 towards the principal amount of this Citibank card and $93.20 towards interest. And I should clarify, interest on this card and this card here is really just a balance transfer fee. It was a 3% fee. The reason that I did this, if you're curious, is my car loan's interest rate is 5.39, and 3 and 4% are just slightly lower. So I felt that I would be saving a couple $100 if I did a balance transfer versus just paying it on the car loan. So again, I paid $93.20 for that balance transfer fee, and I paid $546.80 towards principal, leaving me with $2,560 left at the end of March. Same thing with Apple. I put $2,163.46 from my car onto this card with a 4% APR or balance transfer fee. It was a one-time transfer fee, so this is not going to be a continued thing. Both of these will from now on be reflecting 0% interest. So I paid $86.54 towards interest, and I paid $38.46 towards the principal, leaving me with $2,125 remaining towards this card. Moving on down, I had a carpet bill at the beginning of the month that was still remaining from my earlier debt payoffs, and it had $1,745.80 starting out. I paid that total amount in January, so within my first paycheck, I actually paid this and the next one off. So I paid this total. It did not pay anything towards interest, as this one had a 0% APR promotional rate. and that left me with 0 coming out of the month of January. Same thing with my Amazon card. I had $803.13 remaining at the end of the year last year, going into the new year. So I paid $803.13 in January, and coming out of the month, I had a $0 balance on that one. So with all of that being said, these are my final numbers. So at the beginning of the year, as you can see here, the difference between my starting debt total and my end of the year beginning of 2020 balance is about $5,000. So I started out with $21,124.48 in debt. I paid $6,557.63 towards the principal payments on that. And I paid $467.35 in interest and balance transfer fees, leaving me with a total of $14,566.85 at the end of March. So this is going into Q2 of 2021. I'm gonna go ahead and move this down too. And you can see I just transferred this over here, translated that down here. This total paid is this number plus this number added up, which gives me $7,024.90. I don't know why, probably because my calculator didn't put a 0. 90 cents. I might be wrong. Actually, that might be 98 cents. I'm sorry, because I think 63 plus 35 would be 98. There we go. And again, when you add these together, you get that. This is how much I paid in principal, as you saw translated down, and my total end of the quarter total is there. I'm going to move this page up just a bit so we can get into the next portion of this. My net worth update. I'm going to go ahead and pull my end of year update out. And these were my numbers from last year. Starting in January, I had a net worth of $34,000. This has increased. The value of my home has increased, as well as the value of my car, which I'm not quite sure why the value of my car went up. I should have just used this number as a more continuous control number. However, I'm gonna leave it as what Kelley Blue Book told me it was. So you'll see that reflected in the new totals here. So let's see how much progress I made. My assets and liabilities. Over here on the left, you'll see my assets. So my house. My house balance went from 165 to 186. The housing market right now is booming. So my home that sold and was assessed at $165,000 last year would be assessed at $186 according to Zillow. I also only owe $166,000 on this, which is about $1,000 less. I made 3 payments on it since the beginning of the year. My car, again, like I said, this number is different. It's up about $3,000, but this is on the low end. I have very good mechanics on my car. The only thing that I have is a slight scratch on the back fender, which can be repaired, and I plan on getting repaired if I ever do plan on selling this car, which I don't, but just in case, I do want to get that fixed, just to show a most accurate number. And this is, I think, what it would be if I did get it repaired. My car loan remaining, as you saw earlier, was $9,881.85. And again, that's not the true number just because I did do those balance transfers. However, this is what my car loan shows. So my third loan shows that I only owe this much. Moving on down, investments over here, you can see I have $42,180.22 in investments. I have a thrift savings plan, which right now I am not currently contributing to. I am expecting a step raise. I will have been in the Air Force for 10 years coming June, so I'm expecting a step raise, and what I plan on doing is just putting that step raise towards this. It is not following Dave Ramsey's plan. Dave Ramsey says that you do not invest at all until you are out of debt and have a 3 to 6 months fully funded emergency fund in place. I was doing that for a short amount of time. However, I do think that I am going to kind of go back to my other ways and start contributing 5% because the military matches me 5% on my investment. So it's a 100% investment rate, I guess, or 100% return rate on my investment if I just do 5%. So I will probably do that. And then if I ever do get a promotion, I will probably increase that more. However, I'm not expecting anything. We do have promotional boards coming up soon, so maybe, but I don't want to get my hopes up. So moving over here on like my liability side, you can see this transfer amount from my car loan of $2,560. Moving on down, I have a savings account. I do follow Dave Ramsey on this portion, kind of. He recommends a $1,000 emergency fund amount, and anything over that you would throw at your debt or whatever step you're on. I guess it would be your debt because step 3 would be saving up your emergency fund. But yes, this would be that $1,000. I have $217 due to saving from last year when we were doing our Social Security deferment program. I knew that my Social Security amount coming out of my check was going to be going up, so I was going to be getting a lower amount in my check for the first 4 months. That's changed a little bit, so I just left this in here just because it is a nice extra little cushion on my savings. And then on this side, again, the same thing for the Citibank and the Apple are just my balance transfer amounts from my car loan. I'm sorry if you hear anything in the background. My cats are fighting, so they can be a little bit vocal when they're doing that. Moving down, I have my checking account. I have $100 as a cushion in my checking account, as well as a debit card with $30 balance on it. These are just kind of emergency type things. If I run out of gas, or if a bill goes over and it's more expensive than I was expecting out of my budget, I have $100 budget, $100 budgeted into my card that, or my checking account, that will buffer that. And then last but not least, I added sinking funds to my assets just because these are kind of savings accounts and they're liquid cash that I can use on hand if something were to come up. However, obviously these do have a dedicated purpose if nothing does come up and I don't need it. So I have $377 total between all of my sinking funds. So when I move down here, I have $245,904.23 in my assets, and I owe $180,837.51 in liabilities, or debt, I guess. So when I take this number and I subtract this number, I get $65,066.72 as my net worth. So that's awesome, because when I look back at my last net worth, you can see here, I was at $34,000. So that's gone up about $20,000. I obviously attribute that majority due to my house going up $20,000 in value. But yeah, so that is really cool to see that increasing, and especially as these numbers go down with what I owe on my car, we'll also get to see this number increase by hopefully that much. That is the end of this quarterly check-in. I again wanted to thank everybody for joining me, and if you are new, remind you one more time to go and hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button to like this video, and the bell to get notifications on whenever I post new content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I will be back very soon, hopefully within the next couple days, with my April budget as well as my April 1st paycheck budget and cash stuffing. All right, guys, thanks again. Bye.